It's very useful in a number of areas that I have used it in. I used it for symmetry.
When you're introducing a new concept, there's lots of hands-on materials and they're ideal for that. In a way, they can see what they're doing.
Now, we have multi-classes in our school, so we find that it's very good for differentiation because you can approach different problems with different groups.
It's super. It's very, very adaptable. You can use it for any number of applications. Most of its application would be in the area of number. I have first class and I've been using it with first class since the start of this year.
I've been using the number board for about 2 years. For the first class, recognition of number and place value. You can just, put up the numbers on the board and they recognise the number and say 61, for example, and they'd say 6 tens and 1 unit, and you can just flash those numbers up one after the other.
So say, for example, even for data, when we're working on block graphs, you can use the 100 square as a base for showing the children how to interpret data from a block graph and even how to record data on the block graphs.
It was brilliant. You could easily demonstrate a pattern on the board and then the children would mimic it.
I mean, the basic concept in division is you're sharing evenly, so Tom might be next to the first row, Mary might be next to the second row, and they have their amount of pegs, share the 12 pegs equally between Tom and Mary, so there they are. There they go, and they give one to Tom, one to Mary, one to Tom, one to Mary, and so on. And again, they could see the sharing and how they went equally and how it's important to share them equally, not to give, we give 3 to Tom and 4 to Mary and see how it works out.
It is multi-sensory, so one thing that we found, children have difficulties with place values, so the fact that the number board is concrete and they can touch it. Example, things like rounding to the nearest 10, where children might be put a peg in 58, they have to find what's the closest to which 10, so they can count back, see that's between 50 and 60, and then by working with the pegs and counting on the board, they can see that after taking 58 from 60, that is closer to 60 rather than 50, and work out the rule, which is very important.
For example, if you were doing odd and even numbers, you say, well, put a red peg in number 1 and then skip a number.
Counting in 2s, counting in 5s, how many 5s are in 30, counting in 10s.
They might use it just for an oral problem such as multiplication, how many days are in 4 weeks, and the children put out the pegs in certain rows.
And I also have the number boards on the laptops that the children use in the room.
Oh, they love them. Oh, if I told them we were going in there now using the number boards, they would just jump at me. They love them.
Couldn't wait to get their hands on it and figure out how it worked. And even now, after using it for 4 or 5 months, they still love getting it out.
Well, they enjoy doing it. They enjoy it.
They're really good with them because they love using them. They're not going to jeopardise that,
Well, it's very bright colours, it's very, so it immediately grabbed their attention. They love to come up to the board, so if you have something that's interactive, it's always a plus.
I'd use it most days of the week, and the children themselves have their own number boards.
If I'm working on number, which I have been for most of first term, if I'm working on number, I use it every day for number activities. Now, you can use it as a class resource, or you can use it as a group resource, or you can use it as an individual resource for children who might need a little bit of extra help with whatever it is that they're working on.
And then also when we're introducing a topic such as area or perimeter, that the children would draw the pegs, put them in the board so that they could see that they actually can visualise, and the fact they have the concrete rectangle in front of them and they can work out the length by the breadth is the area and then add up their size for a perimeter. So really it lends itself to a lot of topics in the classroom.
In any textbook they're looking at the repeated addition first, and there you have your pegs. You're putting 4 plus 4 plus 4.
There are numerous activities that can be done, and the book is very well laid out, and you can go through the book and pick and choose what you find very, very good in teaching.
The number board is a basic resource in that you can use it. It's transferable to any book that you're using.
I have recommended it to other schools, and I would stand over it as one of the best maths resources that I've seen in the last 20 years.